Welcome to the Coaches Spotlight series on Fitlete Radio. My name is George Wagon III. Now let's meet our coach.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Frykberg. I'm a personal trainer and nutritional coach at Grind Human Performance here in Reno, Nevada. I've been coaching for several years now, working with everyone from beginners who just want to improve their health to Hyrox athletes and even bodybuilders preparing for stage. My coaching philosophy is pretty simple. There isn't one approach that works for everyone. I focus on creating individual training and nutrition plans that fit each person's goals and lifestyles while building habits they can actually sustain. For me, coaching isn't just about workouts or macros, it's about helping people become stronger, healthier, and more confident in every aspect of their lives.
While there might be many, take a moment to think about all you've done as a coach and tell me one of your favorite moments as a coach in your career or practice that you have. It doesn't have to be one specific person, place, or thing, but maybe some realization or reaffirming moment you experienced because you were someone's coach.
My favorite moments are when clients realize they're capable of more than they ever believed. One that really stands out is watching my newest fit model competitor step on stage for the first time. And after months of training and nutrition, posing, overcoming self doubt, seeing her confidence on stage was incredible. Honestly, what meant the most was hearing her say she finally believed in herself, watching the pride of her family and her friends, watching her just walk around on cloud nine was so incredible. I've been competing for many years, probably about 9 years now. Went pro a couple years ago, but being on this side of the stage and helping your competitor get out there and just shine was beyond anything I imagined. It was really rewarding.
To me, real coaches join the industry with the best intentions. Helping people is pretty much at the core of their mission. Over time and with some new experiences, some further learning, some of these beliefs, methods, techniques, and the general approaches to how we coach can change. No one's perfect when we start. Nobody has the perfect system, especially in the beginning. What's something you used to believe as a new coach, but no longer do, or no longer see as important in your practice as a coach?
Gosh, that's kind of a hard one. I don't know that there was anything that I ever really hard fast believed in. I was always pretty open to different people's needs, wants, abilities. I was never the train hard, eat less kind of person. Um, I think the one thing that I struggle with a little bit is people's accountability. I would put in a lot of effort and I wouldn't see that effort in return. And that kind of bothered me at first. And it kind of took me a little while to realize that not everybody's on the same page, or not everybody has the same goals and dedication that I have. And you kind of have to meet people in the middle with that. So I'd say that was probably the biggest challenge for me.
I've been a coach for about 15 years now, and I can tell you new clients, they come from anywhere, especially nowadays with so much exposure for a business being online and on social platforms. In my career as a personal trainer, I've encountered people in consults who are looking for help, but then say things like, I think I'll get a personal trainer when I'm in better shape. This used to really confuse me. How do you handle prospective clients who've reached out to you for help but don't feel or believe they're ready for your coaching yet?
I feel pretty fortunate that I haven't had to address that issue much at the facility that I train at. A lot of my clients are word of mouth from other clients. And so I don't really have that issue when they come in. They are ready to roll, they're ready to go, they're committed. I guess if that was to come into play, I would just put a couple things on the playing field as far as their nutrition, their sleep, their hydration, their stress, talk about lifestyle, kind of just give them some educational pieces, and then ask them if they want to come back and do consults and see if we can dive deeper into why they feel like they're not ready. I think that would be more of a one on one personal conversation that would take place in a more controlled environment than just a casual conversation. They kind of peel away some of those layers. Um, yeah.
I think being a coach is really unique, and often the methods and systems we use are pretty specific to the person we're working with. We meet people who sit all across this range of being quote unquote bought into the process, and it doesn't always show itself in the initial stages of building a relationship between client and coach. When clients show some resistance to following your advice, how do you handle that situation?
I start by being curious, really, instead of getting frustrated by the issue. Usually, there's a reason behind the resistance, whatever it may be. Maybe the plan doesn't fit their lifestyle. Maybe they're afraid of change. Maybe they don't fully understand why I'm recommending something. Coaching is really about a relationship, a partnership. So we have to have conversations, make adjustments if needed, find an approach that they can consistently follow. The best program isn't always the one someone can stick with, so really finding out um, the relationship between the two of you. And sometimes it's a family issue, a job issue. Like it's really more than just resistance because they don't want to follow the advice. There's usually something else going on.
Simply because of the nature of what we do as coaches, we're going to meet and work with people at various stages in their personal lives and even careers. Without sacrificing a lot of the results, how do you help clients balance some of these really aspirational goals with other life priorities that might create roadblocks or bring conflict?
I remind clients that fitness should support their life, like not take it over. We talk about what season of life they're in and set expectations that make sense. A parent with young kids isn't going to train the same way as someone that's getting ready to get on stage, and that's okay. Success isn't about perfection. It's about making progress while still enjoying your family, your career, and everything else that's important. But as we know, as you would see progress in the gym and the commitments in the gym and the lifestyle of being, more dedicated to your health, and that transfers into life, and that starts showing up in other places besides just in your meal plan and your workouts. And I love seeing that too because it really momentum is a thing, and that's enjoyable to watch.
I'm building Fitlete and the resource nexus for coaches and personal trainers to consistently preach a single message that continual learning is essential and it has compounding benefits for a lifelong career in this industry. What's one piece of valuable advice you give to aspiring coaches or coaches who have been in the game for a little bit but have stalled in their career?
Yeah, well, knowledge is power. Never stop learning. But don't forget that coaching is about people first. Your knowledge matters, but your ability to listen and build trust and communicate is what keeps clients coming back. If your clients know you generally care about them as people, not just a progress photo or number on a spreadsheet or commission, you'll build relationships that last for years. Some of my closest friends were clients at one point or are still clients. I feel very fortunate to have that bond with so many people. It's really a gift for sure.
That's all for this episode. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing some of this great info about yourself and what you do as a coach. I'm glad I got to know you a little bit more through this episode, and I'm glad some listeners got to know you for the very first time through this show. All your info is in the show notes, so anyone who's listening out there wants to stay in touch, please visit those show notes to find that information and reach out to them at any point. If you want to learn a little bit more about Fitlete and our resource nexus for coaches and personal trainers, visit fitlete.com. That's Fitlete.com. Thanks. I'll talk to you soon.